Wallet case solutions for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, up next. So since I no longer have the need to carry around that big, bulky traditional wallet, I've been looking at solutions to kind of shrink that whole package down so I could carry maybe the 2 or 3 extra cards that aren't digital yet and carry them with my iPhone. So Apple does have a solution. They have the Apple Wallet, and you can attach that magnetically to the back of any iPhone with MagSafe. But there are also standalone wallet cases that I think will provide a good solution as well. So I'm going to take a look at a bunch of those today in this video. And I do have a bunch here to look at. You can see this large stack of cases here. And we're going to go ahead and start with Apple's own solution, which is the iPhone fine woven wallet. And like I mentioned, this attaches via MagSafe to a MagSafe case. And in my case, I do have a tech woven black case on here. So let's go ahead and open this up and see exactly how that works. And this is made of the fine woven material and not the tech woven material. So Apple chose to stick with the fine woven material for the wallets. I'd like to see this in a tech woven material so it more closely matches the texture on their tech woven cases, which I really like. I'm a huge fan of these tech woven cases. So I needed a wallet to go with it. And this is, again, Apple's solution. And as you can see, it attaches magnetically on the back just like that. And that is a neat solution because you can take it off and still attach your phone onto magnetic car mounts or whatever else you need to, and stick this in your pocket. And then when you want to have it as one single unit, you can just attach it magnetically. And these will typically hold up to 2 to 3 cards. And here I have 2 to 3 cards here. And let's see, we got 1 fitting in there, 2, and yep, 3. And that is probably as many cards as I would try to fit in there, just so that I wouldn't stretch out the material. But those work really well. To take the cards out, you have this back hole and you can just move them all out, and there's your 3 cards. And that works really well. What's great about Apple's solution is you can connect this wallet to Find My. So if you misplace it or place it somewhere else, you can find this wallet via Find My on Apple iPhone. So that is a great solution from Apple, and one I've been using quite a bit. And as you can see, it is asking me to unlock so that I can add this wallet to Find My. I'm gonna go ahead and do that later because we're gonna look at the next solution. And this one is going to be a case. Let me set the Apple Wallet there. And the next one is a case, a wallet case from Dockem. And this seems to be a leather, and this is actually a faux leather, so this is probably a polyurethane leather. So if you're vegan friendly and you want a leather-like case, this might be the one for you. Minimalist packaging, which is good, so that there's less waste. So this is a leather-like material. Again, it's probably polyurethane leather, PU leather, so animal friendly for sure. The texture's nice, there is stitching there. Let's see, sniff test. Doesn't smell like leather, so yes, it is not real leather. Oh, nice covered camera button there. And a nice kind of suede material inside, really soft. That'll protect your phone really well. And the stitching actually goes inside. You have very minimal branding, Dockem right there on the side. I do like that. So let's go ahead and see how this one works. Let's put the phone in here. And that is a nice snug fit. And that is a cool looking case actually. And let's go ahead and add our cards in here. See how many we can fit in there. Now with this kind of material, kind of like with leather, it will stretch out. So you want to be careful putting too much in these slots because you don't want to stretch out so much that it becomes loose that your cards will fall out. So you can fit one in here. these slots are really tight. I would almost say you could probably fit 2 in each. I'm going to do 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and as you can see, you can already see that it's stretching out that material. So you'll break that in. You can fit, I would suggest the most you put in here is probably 4 cards, 2 in each slot, and I think you'll be good to go. So one thing to keep in mind is this doesn't have MagSafe, so when you have your cards in here, you won't be able to charge this with MagSafe. You'll have to plug it in via the USB-C cable. So one thing I like about this is I can tell you right now, because I'm looking at it, this is a really generous camera plateau bezel here. And that will keep your lenses really well protected because this sits quite a bit higher than the lenses. Buttons are really clicky. They feel like metallic buttons. You got them on the side, and then that camera control button right here. And yep, this works. Oh yeah, really responsive. So I love that covered camera control button. Again, you have the 2 slots for cards, and on the front there is, and I have a screen protector on here, and there is still a good lip there to keep your screen or screen protector off the surface if you place your phone face down. So that's a really nice clean look. I like the look of the black. There is a nice kind of faux texture, leather texture on there as well to go with the faux leather material that they use on here. Let me pull the cards out of here. So yeah, these slots are really tight right now, and I'm sure they will loosen over time to accommodate your cards. And I would say, again, 2 cards for each slot, just to play it safe. So total of 4 cards. And the next one is a wallet case from ENCASED, and I've looked at ENCASED cases in the past, and they really do make great products, and this is their wallet case solution. So with the ENCASED solution, you also get as a bonus a crossbody strap, and this is ENCASED solution for a crossbody strap. So what that means is it has openings here where you can attach the crossbody strap. So that is a cool kind of solution. The material, this seems to be a TPU, a black TPU, so it is flexible and it should keep your phone pretty well protected actually. So I'm not going to attach the crossbody strap, but if we take a look at it, it looks like that also has quick release here. You press that down, then you attach this to the phone here, and once you attach it, they'll dangle off your phone, and then you can just attach the crossbody strap like that. So kind of cool solution, not something I think I would use. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the case itself. So this is the ENCASED wallet case. Looks like there's some foam there. Let's go ahead and remove that. Let's put the phone in here. So I will say this case will add bulk because you have that extra added kind of integrated wallet there. So let's go ahead and put our cards in there. Let's see how much we can fit. And there is a catch down there. So no matter how many you put, they will be held in place securely. And that's 3. And you know what? I probably could fit another one. Let me take this Apple spacer. Yeah, you could probably fit 4 cards in there. And then fit this one in, this is extra thick. So 3 or 4 cards in there. And they fit in there pretty well. And as you can see, if we take a look at the case, really good protection around that camera plateau bezel. These are really well protected. They're really deep inset there. As you can see, there is a nice well for that. Buttons are really clicky. I really do like the feel of these buttons. Again, lanyard attachment points or crossbody strap attachment points there, openings for ports and speakers. Minimal branding in case, that's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all. But if I had a preference, I would have this ENCASED logo here somewhere on the side bumper. The camera control button is exposed, so there's a window, so there should be no issues using the camera control button because it is just the window to the button. Wish that was covered, but it's pretty deep inset, so maybe that might be a preference for some people. Overall, this is a nice, really clean case from ENCASED, but again, it will add some bulk. This does feel like a bulky case, but that also might mean added protection from drops. And that's a nice wallet case solution from ENCASED. Let's look at the next one. And the next wallet case solution is from VISOUL, and actually pretty nice packaging. It really resembles the packaging of a wallet, that traditional wallet that you buy. A really nice traditional wallet. Open this up. Oh, look at that. It is wrapped in tissue. Again, reminiscent of fine wallets and fine wallet packaging. And there's the VISOUL, VISOUL wallet case. So this is kind of like a portfolio wallet or folio wallet. And I believe this one is actually authentic leather because I can smell it already. It has that leather smell like when you open up new wallets from its packaging. Let's go ahead and give it the sniff test. Yeah. Smells like leather. So this is made of leather, and I believe this case here is a TPU. So the case for the phone is a TPU. Looks like the opening for the camera button there is just a window. Cool. And then there's minimal branding there. You can see VISOUL stamped right in the leather. Let's go ahead and put the phone in here. And that fits in there really nice. And look at that, it has a magnetic closure. That is kind of cool. So I will say, first thing I notice is your cameras are pretty much flush. So there really is not a plateau bezel around here. So if you really are worried about scratching those lenses, I would recommend getting a camera cover or camera lens cover, because there is no lip around the cameras. So it'll be like a bare iPhone. But this really, I'll have to say, this really does feel good in the hand. This reminds me of Apple's folio cases. Apple used to make leather folio cases a long time ago. They were really nice leather and they felt really nice in the hand, and this is really reminiscent of those. And so what's cool about this is you can fit, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 slots there for your cards. And you could probably fit more than one per slot. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the one per slot, and there's 4. Now the liner is really nice, kind of feels like a suede material. And it is stamped VISOUL in there. Oh, actually, look at that. So there is a slot here. So it has its own cash slot. So you can add cash there. Definitely. If you still carry cash, I do sometimes, not often. You do have a cash slot there. That is nice to have. And it folds up in this nice package. So what's also pretty cool about these leather folio cases is you can also use this as a stand. As you can see, has that folder, you can place it like that, and then you can watch videos or whatever you want to do on your phone. You can use it as a stand. And then when you're done, fold it back up and you're ready to go. So I really do like this solution, and I really do miss Apple folio cases. Just a quick note, the buttons are very clicky on each side where you can access them. Does have a lanyard attachment point there. Openings for ports and speakers. Again, that open camera button. And that is a nice case. So let's go ahead and check the next one. So the next wallet case we have is probably from one of my favorite leather case manufacturers, and that's Mujjo. So this is Mujjo's full leather wallet case for iPhone 17 Pro Max, and this one is in tan. It is full grain vegetable tan leather, a slim design, MagSafe compatible, and it has a leather 3-card pocket. And let's see what this looks like. And that is the Mujjo leather wallet. Let's go ahead and do a sniff test. Yep, that's leather all right. And if we take a look at the case, you can see it says Mujjo by Troubadour, and a nice suede feeling texture on the inside with Mujjo from Troubadour stamped inside. Let's go ahead and put the phone in there. And there is the iPhone 17 Pro Max in silver with the tan Mujjo wallet. And that's a good looking leather wallet case. So one thing I will say about Mujjo's leather wallet and leather cases is that they are very reminiscent of Apple's own leather cases when they made them. And they really do feel good in the hand. As you can see, it has a nice generous plateau bezel there to keep your lenses safe. And that feels to be metallicized, as well as the buttons. Buttons are always clicky on Mujjo cases. Openings for ports and speakers. There is a nice lip around the front screen, so that even if with the screen protector, I can feel that lip right there. And that will protect your screen and your screen protector. And you can fit up to 3 cards on here. Let's go ahead and try my 3 cards. 1, 2, and that is a tight fit, and the 3rd one. So yes, oops, that one is kind of tight. Let's see, the 3rd one. Yep, there you go. I was able to fit 3 in there. As you can see, that is really stretching out the material, the leather on there, and that will take shape to form around these cards. So what could happen is the leather will start to take shape of those cards and will accommodate 3 more easily. The fear is though, is that once it does, that the cards will become loose and they could fall out. So I personally, although you can fit 3 in here and they say you can, I would probably only do 2 just to be safe, just so that it doesn't stretch out as much. So if you still needed to carry a driver's license, I would put that in there along with maybe another card that you don't have in your digital wallet. Yeah, you can already see it's kind of taking the shape of those cards, and I've only had those in there for a short time. But overall, a nice leather wallet from Mujjo. Now, my only criticism of this case is I've been looking at Mujjo cases for years, and I've always asked, please, let's minimize that branding. It's really a shame to kind of stamp a logo in there like that. And as a matter of fact, I think this year, if I'm looking closely, that logo looks a lot larger than it was before. And now they also added Mujjo by Troubadour, which, you know, I'm sure they're proud of their company name. They're proud of the logo. They want to put their logo on there. But this is such a nice leather material. Give us a clean back and let's put that logo here on the side somewhere. I think that would have been the move to make, and that would have made this even feel more premium. I do not like the trend of larger logos. So that would be my only criticism of this case, is that huge branding there that really no one wants except the case manufacturer, let's be honest. But overall, a well-made product, nice stitching there for the leather, and overall a good case. If that branding doesn't bother you, then this is a good case to get. Let's check out the next one. And the last wallet case we'll take a look at is from JCGOOD. And this one is very much like the previous VISOUL. It is a folio case. And the case itself seems to be made of TPU. The buttons are kind of molded onto that TPU. And the camera button is an opening as well. And the leather part is leather. Let's see, sniff test. Yeah, that smells like leather. Let's go ahead and put the phone in here. And that is a snug fit, I will say. And this came flat, so you're gonna have to get it to kind of form around your phone. I like the extra protection around the folding areas. They show you that it is MagSafe compatible. I would rather, though, they didn't stamp that fact into the leather, because that does, quite honestly, cheapen the leather or the look of it. All I have to do is indicate it on the box, say it's, and they did actually, that it's magnetic. You don't have to, you really do not have to stamp that into the leather. And the enclosure is magnetic as well. That's kind of cool, I like that. So if we look at the case, there is a speaker there, so if you want to speak with this on, or speak on the phone with that on, you can listen to your calls there. So there is branding here, it says Lieutenant, so this is the Lieutenant case from JCGOOD. And this really does feel substantial in the hand. This should keep your phone pretty well protected. Again, as with the VISOUL case, you're not really getting a good deep camera bezel or plateau bezel. So your lenses, if you really want extra protection for your lenses, I'd say get lens covers, because that's pretty much going to be like having a bare phone. There is a bit of a lip there, but it's not, it's even with those camera lenses. So I want to depend on those to keep your lenses protected if you're looking for lens protection. Now if we open up the case, we have room for 3 cards. So there are 3 card slots. So let's go ahead and fill those. It is good placement there. And again, this also has a slot there for cash. So if you still carry cash, well, there's your place to hide your cash or carry it. And again, since this is a leather folio case, you can use this as a stand like the other one. Now you're gonna have to kind of break it in. It's wanting to go back to its original shape or state. After some using, you'll be able to set this as a stand and use it as a stand. So on the inside, there is a stamped emblem here. It says, "Fashion and classic style will last forever." Really, this case didn't need that. I would not have opted to have this extra kind of branding in there. I do like, what I will say, I do like the contrast stitching. It looks like a nice light brown or gold stitching around this black leather case that I think really, really goes well. Other than that, you know, it is a sharp looking case. So that is a cool package to carry around if you do want a leather folio case and a wallet solution. So those are the wallet case solutions I looked at today. First, we had the traditional Apple wallet that attaches to Apple MagSafe cases. And in this instance, we have the black tech woven case, and the Apple wallet case fits on it just like that. That is a nice match. Then we took a look at the Dockem leather wallet case. This is a PU leather, animal friendly leather, and you could fit 2 cards in the 2 card slots. A nice, inexpensive solution, especially if you want to be animal friendly. Then we took a look at the ENCASED wallet case. You can fit, I would say, up to 4. Play it safe, I'd put 3 in here, but this will give you really good protection for your phone as well as give you the functionality of a wallet. Then we took a look at the VISOUL leather folio case, and I did like this one. A nice lining in there, VISOUL stamped in there, and you could hold up to 4 cards and some cash. So I did like this case, and I really did miss Apple folio cases, so this was a nice one to take a look at. Then we had the always good Mujjo leather wallet case. You can fit up to 3 cards in the slot, but I would say to play it safe, only put 2 in there so that you don't deform the leather too much and the slot becomes loose, because you don't want your cards falling out. Again, my only gripe with this is they're making the logo bigger, make the logo smaller, so that it feels and looks more premium. And the last case we looked at was the JCGOOD's Lieutenant case, I believe, and this was also a folio case to match the VISOUL, and this is a nice folio case if you miss those Apple folio cases. Now the only gripe I had with this is too much stamping of branding and stuff on here. We don't really need to see that MagSafe compatibility on the back of this leather case. But overall, a good functional case if you like the leather folio type cases, since Apple no longer makes them. So I think there is a solution in here for anyone who's looking for a leather case. different styles, different materials, different price points, and they will help you slim down your wallet and give you less reliance on that traditional big bulky wallet. Let me know if any of these solutions appeal to you, if you found a wallet case that you think you'd use in this lineup, or if you have another wallet case solution, please leave them in the comments below so that maybe I can take a look at those in future videos. So if you found this video useful, please do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and tapping the bell to get notified when I post new content. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. So until the next one, please take care and be safe out there.